Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hillary's Whiskey Lounge. I'm Hillary, and this is my whiskey lounge. And today we're going to be tasting, and I've never tasted this either, Ardnahoe, more specifically their Bholsa expression. Sorry about the tail there. So Bholsa is their Oloroso sherry, mainly, predominantly Oloroso sherry expression. They have their initial expression, I forget what it's called. They also have a cask strength out, and then I found this lovely thing at, I think, Specs. Yeah, I think I got it at Specs for $63 back when I was in Texas. So I'm super excited about trying this. All right, I've got my little furry friend here. Okay, let's open this puppy up. Okay, now this is peated. I'm not sure what the parts per million of the phenols is, but I will tell you what I think of the strength of the peat. I love doing that. Okay, and here's that sound. Yes. Okay. Today we're going to use a wee Glencairn. It is a bit early in the day, so we're just going to do a wee. Okay, that's kind of a big wee. So this, the box and the label claim that this has been aged in predominantly Oloroso sherry casks. They don't say specifically from where or what the other um, aging is in. I'm guessing bourbon, since the core range is mainly bourbon, I believe. Bolsa is named after this incredible looking group of caves that's in the northern part of Islay. Whereas, by the way, Ardnahoe Distillery itself is located in the northeastern part of Islay near Port Eskeg. Um, what are you doing? The cat is going after the piece of foil from the cap. Um, And so the Bolsa caves look spectacular. Supposedly, it takes an arduous, long tough journey to get there on foot. But if you look at these pictures, it just looks gorgeous. These huge caves and cliffs and beachfront, it looks extraordinary. And I know, after doing a little bit of research, that there are a few tour companies that will take you and your your stalwart friends up there to the Bolsa caves. They look gorgeous. So what a better place to have some of this Bolsa whiskey. All right, I've given it a minute to breathe. Very pleasant nose, not overwhelmingly peaty. Definitely plum, raisins, just real dark fruit, and that's definitely from the Oloroso. Um, a little bit of citrus, maybe, but I'm really struck by how light the peat aroma is. I was expecting something big and heavy. Okay. Let's taste. Oh, and by the way, this is bottled at 50%. So, and it costs $63, like I said. Went back when I was in Texas. $63 for 50% is pretty good, a strong kick for your buck. So we're just hoping that this is going to be really, really good. The cask strength, I did buy a bottle of cask, and that's $78 as well. So, okay. Mm, mm. Okay, nice viscous mouthfeel. I'm tasting chocolate, so maybe that's the Oloroso sherry, the plum, the dark fruit, the raisins. But I'm getting a deep. Oh, where's my water? Mm. At 50%, that's a kicker there. But I'm getting a nice, almost like a toasty chocolate, almost like a s'mores flavor with this. We could use a nice, good roasted marshmallow, I think. Okay, let's try that again. I'll try not to cough. Hmm. Really nice mouthfeel. And the finish, now I'm getting the finish, lightly smoky. My guess would be that this is probably only 20 ppm, if that, and it's going to be reduced when we add a little bit of water. So back to the finish. The finish is a very nice, lightly smoky, lightly peaty, and sweet. I'm getting a really nice, sweet raisiny taste. Tiny bit of water, little wee pour of water in my little wee Glencairn. These little Glencairns, these wee Glencairns are just perfect for doing tastings, especially if you're going to present a flight to your friends or uh, somebody else. So because you don't want to destroy them with the large glasses. Whoops. Uh-oh. Let me see if you can see. Where does it say Glencairn on there? Anyway, this is the, oh, there, just, okay. So the wee Glencairn here. I just love these little guys and the sound they make too. Very nice. They sound better when they're full of whiskey though, I think. All right, let's do the nose after having added a little bit of water. Mmm, wow, okay. Almost a medicinal smell, like a Band-Aid smell. Some people actually like that. It's unique. I think you have to smell it in person to know what I'm talking about. But it smells kind of plasticky, like a plastic Band-Aid or plaster, as you guys would say in the UK, right? When they used to be made out of plastic. Now they're all cloth, I think. Yeah, medicinal. Still a little smoky, but the the um, the plum and the prune and the raisin scent is deeper. It's more complex, I think. But still smells nice, very unique. Well, I guess how can you be very unique? It's just unique, right? Mm. The arrival, the mouthfeel has warmed up. That's another hard thing to describe. It's like warmer and I want to say sensuous, sensual. I forget that line from Animal House. Things are sensuous, people are sensual. I guess I don't know. I'm rambling because this is so good. So this is I'm not blown away by this, but this is the first time that I've tried the Ardnahoe. I'm gonna let this get past the shoulder. I'm gonna see to it that it gets past the shoulder, and I'll see what I think of it then. Probably by the time I do the Ardnahoe cask strength. Let me show you guys that bottle. Here's the Ardnahoe cask strength. This is a 5-year age statement, whereas the Bolsa is not an age statement. When I do this one, I'll give you guys an update on how the Bolsa is doing. I, as you know, am partial to the sherry expressions of anything, so I'm sure that it can only get better. It's not awful. It's not bad. It's just new and different. Speaking of new, I did actually visit the Ardnahoe Distillery when it was being constructed. I don't remember. I think they gave us Cal Ela um, to taste when Cal Ela was doing their steps, or I forget what the series was called. Um, but Ardnahoe, I think, had just started distilling, so they didn't even have anything that was 3 years old that they could have given us. So I suppose they could have given us some new make if they were even that far, but I don't remember. It was about 5 years ago. Um, so let me try this again. Hi there. All right, since you're sitting on me, you have to say hi to everybody. Here's Samhain again. You met Samhain in the last video. Yes. What do you think of whiskey? My whiskey cat? No, no whiskey for you. No whiskey for you. Okay, go back. Um, so I think it's good for being a very very young whiskey. It does have some depth to it. It does have, especially because of the Oloroso casks, it's got a little complexity to it. and that the fruitiness, and of course the peat gives it um, a little more complexity. And instead of just if this hadn't been peated, I would have said that this tastes more like um, a Loch Lomond uh, 12 or 14 or something like that. Which those are good in their own right, but not they don't blow me away. But it's the peat added to this, or well, put into the while they're doing their barley and everything. And I, by the way, I don't know anything about Ardnahoe's barley resources and where they get their barley, where they do their malting, um, and what their parts per million is. I need to do some more research in Ardnahoe. I'm going to do that before I do the cask strength. So anyway, if you are into sherried whiskeys and you want to venture into peat and smokiness, the Ardnahoe Bholsa might be the way for you to go. And also, as a gift for somebody who is venturing into peat, this is very lightly peated, very easy, and not terrifying or intimidating for those of you out there who are just really sincerely intimidated or terrified by the. If you've ever smelled peat and thought, "This is I can't do this, I can't do this," you were probably smelling some Ardbeg or Lagavulin or something. But this is very mellow. I really like this. I mean, I like it. I'm not in love with it. I like it, and I have some respect for it. That it is one of Islay and the whole Scotch industry's newer kids on the block. I do have some respect for this, and I think that's saying something as well. So I'm going to see how this Bolsa goes, glass by glass, dram by dram, or gallon by gallon in my case. And I'll get back to you on that. But in the meantime, oh, Sam, in the meantime, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and share with your friends, especially those who are either on their new whiskey journey or, thank you, or who are already whiskey enthusiasts in their own right. Please like and share my video with them as well. Slanjava, everybody, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you.